Survey song number 54 is an encore performance in the countdown from Rodney Atkins, his biggest hit of the decade, Honesty.
He said just think it over and write me a list so we can figure out what we both deserve. She hardly could believe it, that their love had come to this, dividing and deciding his and hers. But she grabbed a paper napkin and asked the waitress for a pen, and one by one she wrote down what she wanted most from him. Honesty, sincerity, tenderness and trust. A little less time for the rest of the world, and more for the two of us. Kisses each morning, I love yous at night, just like it used to be. The way life was when you were in love with me. She reached across the table and placed it in his hand and said, you know this isn't easy for me. As he thought about the new car, the house and the land, and wondered what that bottom line would be, and 1,000 other things that she'd want him to leave behind. But he never dreamed he'd open up that napkin and find honesty, sincerity, tenderness and trust. A little less time for the rest of the world, and more for the two of us. Kisses each morning, I love yous at night, just like it used to be. The way life was when you were in love with me. Well, he fought back the tears as he looked in her eyes and said, I don't know where to start. And she said, everything on that list in your hand is written somewhere in your heart. Honesty, sincerity, just like it used to be. The way life was when you were in love with me.
Sure a pretty song. You know, the first time we heard Rodney Atkins' voice on the radio, he was singing that song, Honesty, Write Me a List. It comes in at number 54 on our special countdown. It went to number 1 back in 2003. At the time, it looked like Rodney was going to turn into one of these one-hit wonder kind of a guys. He didn't have any more singles for 3 years after Honesty. But in 2006, he stormed back onto the scene with a new album called If You're Going Through Hell, and he found consistent success, and his career has been on an upswing ever since. Well, you know, friendship is a popular topic in music, and country music has had its fair share of songs dealing with the subject of friendship. In fact, 3 of the 60 top tunes of the decade have the word friend in the title. And the first one is coming up next. Stay with us as our special Country Top 60 countdown rolls on.